Morning, everybody. How's everybody doing?
Good. Happy Friday.
Right. So, all right, 9 o'clock. We're going to get started. I will explain to the audience how I will be calling the docket. I will be calling the docket by the defendant's name. So defendants, when you hear your name called, please unmute yourselves. Turn your camera on if it is off, and then announce yourself to the court. I'll say that one more time. I will be calling the docket by the defendant's name. So defendants, when you hear your name called, please unmute yourselves. Turn your camera on if it is off because you are in court and I do need to see you. You are free to turn your camera off after that. And then announce yourself to the court. Because from my end, I am checking that you're either answering the docket or that you're not answering the docket. And at some point, defense attorneys, if your client never zooms in this morning, I do issue FTAs. That stands for failure to appear. A warrant will issue for your client. So we will begin. Today is Friday, December 8th, 2023. County Court 12 calling the 9 o'clock docket. And we'll start with Mario Aguilar. Heather Camarino. Anthony Castillo. Jose Coronado. Teresa Devers. Frank Duran.
Present, Your Honor.
Thank you, Frank. Got you checked in. Ricardo Martinez. Angelina Gatica.
Present, Your Honor.
Thank you, ma'am. Joe Cifuentes. Jeremy Guetta. George Mancada. Orlando Albera. Joe Pettis.
I'm here. I'm Orlando Alvera. I'm here. I just can't get the video to look at, man.
Please meet him, Jessica. Look, guys, if I pass your name, don't jump in when I'm talking to interrupt. I called the docket twice, so I'll just catch you on the next time, okay? So you see I'm calling the list, and so when you interrupt me, you're interrupting the list, and you're causing confusion. Edwin Ramirez.
Your Honor, I'm here for him, and I don't see him present on Zoom. Is he in the courtroom by chance?
He's not. I'll circle back around. Edwin Ramirez, number 14 on the docket. I'll circle back around to it, Counselor. Janelle Ramirez. O'Brien Ramirez.
Okay, Your Honor, I'm sorry.
I'm present for him, Your Honor.
O'Brien?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, O'Brien, could you announce yourself?
O'Brien Ramirez?
Yes. O'Brien Ramirez, are you on the Zoom?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
O'Brien.
sir. Okay, I got you checked in now. Thank
I'm
you.
here for him too, Judge.
Thank you, Counselor. Jorge Salinas.
Present.
Jorge.
Present, Your Honor.
In your heart. Thank you. Got you checked in. Amanda Welch. Mental health. Amanda Welch. She's in the hall with you. Very good. Let's see. Tareen Anderson.
Present.
Thank you,
Present.
sir. Got you checked in. Shaylin Chase. Daniel Dents.
I'm here, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Okay,
Judge?
Shaylin, you're on.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. I'll say this one more time. When I'm calling the list, if I pass you up or you cannot manage to get yourself unmuted in time, it's okay. I will go through the list. Please don't jump in and say I'm here and I'm calling another person's name because that just caused confusion. Jessica, could you please mute Daniel Dents? The background noise from the jail is coming through.
Okay.
Thank you. All right, so you guys clear? I called the list. After I'm finished calling this list, I will call it one more time, okay? Just be on the ready, okay? So please do not jump in because it causes confusion because I'm calling another person's name and that person is answering your answer. Now, I don't know who's answering, all right? Daniel Dents, I see you there, sir. Michael George.
Yes, ma'am, I'm here, President.
Thank you, sir. Got you checked in. Ricardo Hernandez.
Yes, ma'am, present.
Thank you, Ricardo. Got you checked in. Veronica Hernandez. Derek Hill. Dontre Nessel.
He's
Yes, ma'am,
here,
I'm here.
Judge, and so am I as the attorney, Paul Smith. Thank you.
Thank you,
And I have Mr. Nessel on MTR.
Dontrell Nessel, could you please answer? Dontrell Nessel.
Yes, ma'am, I'm here.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you, Counselor. Jody Northcutt. Jail 2. David Cerna, also jail. Charles Trevino, jail. Jesse Trevino, jail. All right. Okay. All right, I will go back through this list one more time for the individuals that are coming on late or did not manage to get themselves unmuted in time on the first go around. But first, I'm going to give some instructions on how this morning is going to roll out. So, defense attorneys that need a reset, the court will give you a reset. I do, however, require that you talk to one of the two ADAs on the Zoom. That would be Lauren or Mia. Even if you have talked to their last setting, please mute. Everyone, please mute yourselves, okay? I'm giving a few instructions on how this morning is going to roll out. So you want to listen up. So please mute yourself. Because if you're in the hallway, we can hear the background in the hallway. If you're at jail, we can hear that background, okay? So as I was saying, I'll give defense attorneys a reset, but I do require that you talk to one of the two ADAs. That would be Mia or Lauren. Even if you have talked to them, defense attorneys, last court setting, you have not changed your mind, you still want the same thing, I'm still requiring that you talk to one of them. Even if you just got hired last night or last week or last month, I'm still requiring that you talk to one of the two ADAs. Even if there is a felony pending along with this county court 12 case, I'm still requiring that you talk to one of the two ADAs. I see no downside to communications, guys. I know that I am over here trying to move my docket. And I know that you defense attorneys are trying to bring closure to your clients' cases so they can get back to their normal lives. And we cannot do this without communication. So defense attorneys, just please take a few moments to go into one of the breakout rooms to get on the same page about the status of this setting today. Now, defense attorneys, if you have talked to one of the two ADAs within the last 2, 3, even up to 5 days ago, and that call, that chat, that email was about this setting today, I'll take that as a confirm. I would really highly recommend that that's what you guys would do, because when I get to the part in the morning about who is all conferred, if your desire is to quickly get your client a reset and release them, then we could do that because you would have conferred in advance. But we're here now. So how are we going to do this? I need the defense attorneys to please send chats to Jessica. Jessica is going to line you guys up into those breakout rooms in the order of how she receives those chats. Now, it is 9:10, usually about 10 o'clock. We're more than 75% down with the docket. I say that to say we do try to move things along quickly in County Court 12. So when Jessica puts you guys in those breakout rooms, please do not pop out of the breakout rooms to say no one has come to see me in the breakout room. You're only going to slow the process down and get yourself put at the end of the line. Someone will be in that breakout room shortly to discuss the matter of the setting with you. Guys, just exercise a little patience here, okay? All right, so now I'm going to go back through this list one more time. Remember, I will be calling the docket by the defendant's name. So defendants, when you hear your name called, please unmute yourselves, turn your camera on because you are in court. I do need to see you. You are free to turn your camera off after that and then announce yourself to the court, because from my end, I am checking that you're either answering the docket or that you're not answering the docket. And at some point, defense attorneys, if your client never zooms in, I do issue FTAs. That stands for a failure to appear. A warrant will issue for your client. So we'll begin again. If you answered at the first go around, you are checked in. I will not be calling your name again. This go around is for the individuals that did not answer the first go around, okay? So here we go again. Mario Aguilar, Mario Aguilar. Heather Camarino, Heather Camarino. Anthony Castillo, Anthony Castillo. Jose Coronado, Jose Coronado.
He's in the hallway, Judge.
Okay, in the hall.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll see if I can get him on.
All right, thank you. Teresa Devers, Teresa Devers. Ricardo Martinez.
I'm here for Heather Camarena.
Who answered?
Ricardo Martinez.
Okay, Ricardo Martinez, thank you. And Angelina Gatica, Angelina Gatica.
Here, ma'am. I'm here, Honor.
Angelina?
Yes, ma'am. I'm here.
Okay, thank you, Angelina.
Thank you.
Joe Cifuentes, Joe Cifuentes. Jessica, could you please mute everyone? Mute yourselves, people. Please mute yourselves because we can hear the background from the jail and we can hear the background from the hallway. Jeremy Guetta, Jeremy Guetta. George Mancada, George Mancada. Orlando Alvera, Orlando Alvera.
Here, present. Here, present.
Got you checked in. Joe Pettis, Joe Pettis.
He's in the hallway as well, Judge.
Hallway, okay.
I'll see if we can get him
Okay.
on.
Edwin Ramirez, Edwin Ramirez.
Your Honor, this is his attorney, Pauline Portillo. I do see him now on Zoom. Not sure if he can't get his audio right, but he's there.
Edwin Ramirez, please announce yourself to the court. Edwin Ramirez. Edwin, if you cannot answer, if your audio is not connected, please log off and log back on and choose Wi-Fi to connect yourself, okay? Janelle Ramirez. Janelle Ramirez.
Here, Your Honor.
Thank you, ma'am. Got you checked in. Shaylin Chase.
Here,
Shaylin-
ma'am. Present.
Thank you, Shaylin. Derek Hill. Derek Hill. Okay, and all the rest of jail. Inmates, you are fine. You are checked in. You are on our list. We're actually the ones that requested you. So we know that you're here. I'm well aware that the jail will only bring out 4 at a time. Each court only gets 4 blocks. So don't worry, you're checked in. We know that you're here. All right. So are there any other inmates? Any other individuals besides the inmates, you're checked in, that did not hear their name called, did not get the answer in time?
You didn't have the last one, number 34.
Number 34. I don't have anyone on my 34 block. Who is it? Jessica, who's number 34?
George Castillo.
He was number 2 or number 3. I have him number 3 on my docket.
Okay.
Okay. Is there anyone else? He didn't answer, by the way.
Hello,
Anyone else?
Judge. I'm here for Heather Camarena.
Heather Camarena. Okay, Heather, got you checked in. Thank you, Heather. All right. Anyone else did not hear their name called at all? Anyone else? All right, okay. Now, before we get started in other court matters, I'm going to give a few housekeeping rules for County Court 12. So the first rule being defense attorneys that are moving forward with the plea this morning. Remember, 2 sets of paperwork. 1 set comes from the court, the other set comes from the district attorney's office. If you are not sure if your client has done all of the paperwork, please get with Jessica, okay? I just don't want anyone to sit on this docket all day. And when I finally called the case, we discovered that none of the paperwork or only part of the paperwork has been done. Easy solution, okay? Also, defense attorneys, when moving forward with the plea this morning, please ask your clients this one question: are they a resident of Bexar County? I realize that San Antonio is a very touristy city. We get a lot of outsiders. So if you're moving forward with the plea and that paperwork has been sent over to the probation department and we do not know that your client is not a resident of Bexar County, your client is going to get an automatic violation. A warrant will issue. Who needs that hassle at the beginning of probation? This is America. You can live where you want to live. Perhaps you live in another county, even another state. That is perfectly fine. Just let someone know. Let the court know. Let your defense attorney know. Then I can make the decision if your case should be transferred to wherever your client resides, or if I should allow your client to report to probation by Zoom. All right. Also, defense attorneys, if your client has been arrested, just arrested, for at least 2 DWIs, that case is going to automatically be sent over to the DWI court. That is a specialty treatment court. I cannot order or mandate anyone into that program, but your client will be given the opportunity to be evaluated and talked to about what I consider red flags and issues of alcohol usage. Your client will not be able to leave this judiciary able to say that no one tried to reach out to them or talk to them, again, about what I consider red flags and issues of alcohol usage. Now, besides presiding over County Court 12, I also preside over the mental health court. That too is a specialty treatment court. If anyone wishes their case to be transferred over to that docket, please get with Jessica. She can get that referral process started. It doesn't even have to be that your client has ever been professionally diagnosed with a mental health illness. If they think they are suffering from PTSD, bipolar, severe anxiety or depression, schizophrenia, etc., that is good enough for us. We will have them seen and diagnosed by a professional doctor. I do run several dockets of mental health. One of the dockets being the PTD mental health docket, pre-trial diversion. If your client is deemed eligible for that docket, not only does your client's case get dismissed, it gets totally expunged from your client's record at no cost to your client. All right. Now, defendants, when your attorney has conferred and they come back out and give a report to the court and you get your reset date, please make sure you write that date down. That is your date. Like 30 days from now or 45 days, whenever Jessica is resetting you out, please make sure that you notate that date on your calendar, because I get so many that come back and say, I don't remember, I didn't write it down. Like, this is very important. You're in the judiciary. So today, when you're giving your reset date, please, by all means, write that date down. All right. So at this time, are there any defense attorneys that have already conferred? You just need to give a report to the court. You can give your client a reset and release your client. Any defense attorneys?
Morning, Your Honor. Yes, Pauline Portillo here on Edwin Ramirez.
Did he answer? Did he get here?
Yes, he's here. He says he's fixed his audio.
Okay, Edwin Ramirez, could you announce yourself, please? Edwin Ramirez.
Gosh, I don't know. He was just on here and he said, okay, I reconnected.
Paulina, just like
Judge Huff.
Yes.
I just was looking at the breakout rooms. It looks like Edwin Ramirez is in a breakout room by himself.
Okay.
So he's here. I just think he's not in the
Jessica,
big room.
can you bring Edwin Ramirez out of a breakout room so he can announce to the court?
Yes, I brought him out, Judge.
Okay. Counselor, what do you got?
Your Honor, he has an offer that involves completing classes. And so the prosecutor I spoke to, Lauren Espinoza, is allowing him another reset to complete those. So we're just asking the court for another setting, one more setting.
All right. So the ADAs do not allow recess. That would be me. Okay. But
well,
I get your meaning. You guys are agreeing to it.
I guess what I mean is they're keeping their offer open for another reset.
All right.
Yeah.
Jessica, so number 14, what do we have?
It's going to be January 10th.
January 10th. Okay. And that's just a regular reset?
Correct.
Okay. All right. Edwin Ramirez, did you manage to get yourself out of the breakout room? Edwin Ramirez? Okay, Counselor. We'll tell him when you get.
He should be out.
Yeah,
Edwin Ramirez, your court date has been reset to January 10th, 2024. So you are free to log off, sir. Counselor, do you have any other matters?
I have no other matters, Your Honor. May I be excused?
You're excused. Thank you for coming on to
Thank
concur.
you.
There was another attorney what was the attorney that had to say that?
Judge Paul Smith. I had spoken with Miss Espinosa, the DA, on Mr. Nessie, and we would ask for a reset. It's a felony pending.
Well, don't care about that. But Counselor, what is your client's name?
It's number 23.
20.
Is it Dante?
Yes.
Oh, Dante Nesso. Okay, great. He did answer. What have you got, Jessica?
Well, he's already in the 10th setting, so he's going into the call docket.
Okay. So, Counselor, we're going to reset this to the call docket. It's an announcement docket for trial. What date are you giving, Jessica?
January 16th.
January 16th. So if you guys can work it out in between now and January 16th, all the better. If not, you are to appear at 9:00 a.m. on January 16th with your client for the call docket. And from the call docket, you'll be pushed out to one more reset for the trial docket, okay?
Very well, Your Honor. And may I be placed in a breakout room with my client?
And
Yes.
same with Jerry
excuse that,
Kagan,
please.
Judge. I have Mr.
Okay.
Nessel on the MTR.
One at a time, guys. Let me finish with Counselor Dontre Nessel. Court date has been reset to January 16th. Your case has been put on the call docket, sir. You have 10 resets. Okay. Mr. Dontre Nessel, did you hear that?
Yes, ma'am, I heard you.
Very good, very good. All right, Counselor, thank you so much. Now, Jessica, Counselor wants to be put in the breakout room with his client.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Counselor. Okay. Now, who was the next person that spoke out? Next attorney? Go ahead. Next attorney?
Your Honor, Frankie Sandoval is available if I'm next.
Frankie. Okay, Frank, what you got?
Miss Gadica, Angelina Gadica. We have 2 cases. If we may be placed on a soon in-person docket, I've conferred with Miss Mia and like to go over some things with Miss Mia in person with Miss Gadica.
Okay. All right, Jessica, that's number 8.
Well, isn't that the one we just reset for January 10th?
No, we're at number 8 now. January 10th was number 29, Dontre Nessel. January.
Yeah, toward the 16th.
Okay. So Angela, we're talking about number 8, Angelina Gatica.
You want to give a regular reset?
How many resets does this case have?
3.
3? Yeah, regular reset is fine.
May I speak, Your Honor, or no? I'm sorry.
January 10th?
January 10th. Is that an in-person docket?
Correct.
Okay, very good. All right, Angelina Gatica. Angelina Gatica.
Yes, ma'am. Can you hear me, Your Honor?
Yes, I can hear you. Your court date has been reset. So January 10th, please write that down. January 10th at 9:00 a.m. All right, Counselor, do you have any other matters?
I do not believe so, Your Honor. Just to confirm, that will be in person.
Yes, that's an in-person day.
Thank you so much, Your Honor.
Thank you, Counselor. Have a nice weekend. All right.
You the same, Judge.
Okay. Any other defense attorneys ready?
Ashley Morgan's conferred, Judge.
Ashley, what you got, Ashley? What's the name of your client?
Jorge Salinas.
Jorge Salinas.
Number
17.
Number 17. He did answer. What you got, Ashley?
It's not filed yet. The state's still working on getting labs.
Okay, very well. What's the reset, Jessica?
January 10th?
January 10th. All right, there we go. Mr. Jorge Salinas. Jorge Salinas.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, your court date is going to be set to January 10th at 9:00 a.m. Please write that down, sir. You are free to log off. Counselor, do you have any other matters?
That's all today, Judge. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Counselor. Thank you for coming on. All right, any other attorneys ready?
Ed Garcia.
Supposed to be placed in a breakout room with Mr. Nessel.
Jessica, could you put Counselor in a breakout room with Mr. Nessel? That was number 29, I think. Did you see the invite, Counselor, to join the breakout room?
I did not, Judge.
Sometimes it'll be just like a pop-up and you'll hit the breakout room to your left. Jessica, have you sent that?
I think they took the other attorney, but not me. That's why I was trying to.
1 second.
Did Nessel have 2 attorneys?
Paul Smith.
Yeah, because I
have the
sent Paul
MPR.
Smith.
We didn't know that you were his attorney also, Counselor.
Judge, I got the invite to be here in order to be here.
I mean, you just said I went to go into a breakout room. We didn't even know you were on. Okay, Jessica, just put him in the breakout room. Not a mind reader over here, just a judge. All right, any other defense attorneys that?
Ed Garcia, Your Honor.
Okay, who's that?
Ed Garcia.
Garcia? Go ahead, Counselor.
Ed Garcia. Judge, I have 2 cases today. The first one is O'Brien Ramirez, 668-794.
Okay, number 16 on the docket.
Conferred with Mia over the last day or 2. We were going to send an application for pretrial diversion.
Individuals, people on the Zoom, please mute yourselves. We can hear from the hallway. Thank you, guys. Say it again, Ed.
We're going to submit an application by agreement for pretrial diversion.
Okay. Jessica, let's
go.
Let's start with O'Brien Ramirez first. Jessica, what's the reset date? Number 16.
Okay. We're gonna do January 11th.
January 11th. Okay, 9 o'clock. Okay, Mr. O'Brien Ramirez, Mr. O'Brien Ramirez.
Yes, ma'am.
Your court date has been reset to January 11th at 9 o'clock. Sir, please write that down. You are free to log off. Okay. And
Thank you.
Counselor, what is the other client's name?
Joe Pettis, Your Honor, 720157.
Okay. Joe is in the hallway. Steve, did he manage to get on the Zoom?
Yeah, he's on.
Okay. Joe Pettis, are you on the Zoom now, sir? Joe Pettis? He's here. He's in the hallway, Counselor.
Do you see him? Do you see him on there, Judge?
No, I don't.
Oh, yeah, I'm right here. I'm right here, Your Honor. Sorry, I was on mute.
There he is. Thank you, Mr. Pettis. Okay, Counselor, what you got? Ed, is Ed still on?
I was on, I conferred on Mr. Pettis at the same time I conferred on Mr. Ramirez, and Mr. Pettis has a felony pending. We've agreed to reset that, this misdemeanor pending that felony.
Okay, how many
For the
recesses?
meantime.
13, Jessica.
That's one reason. So we can
Very
put
good.
January 11th.
January 11th. Okay, there we go. Mr. Joe Pettis, Mr. Joe
Yes,
Pettis.
ma'am.
Court date has been reset till January 11th at 9 o'clock a.m. Sir, please write that down in your calendar. You are free to log off.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Counselor, do you have any other matters?
Judge, I did have an Adrian Romo that is docketed today. I don't know if it's been reset already. I can check with Jessica on that. His name wasn't called on the docket. That's why I'm bringing it to your attention.
Do you have the cause number?
I do, Judge, 719520.
719520. Jessica, what reset date do we have?
He has December 8th. Well, that's
Just
today.
today.
Actually,
Yeah,
yes.
that's today.
But that's an inmate, Judge, so that's if they bring him on.
Yeah, so we only could bring they only give us 4 blocks and they'll switch up. Like we put 12 inmates on the docket. They're not going to bring them all over, Ed. But you want to confer about that case and we can give you a short reset for it?
No, that's okay. I was going to ask for a reset anyway. He's got the felony pending as well, so that's okay. We don't need to have him there.
Okay, Jessica, how many resets does Mr. That client have?
1.
Okay, let's give him a reset.
That's going to be January 5th.
January 5th. Okay, there you go, Ed. For that client, January 5th.
Okay, Judge.
Thank you so much, Ed, for coming on and taking care of this. Have a good weekend. You're free to log off. All right.
Okay,
Any other
thank you.
defense attorneys that are ready? Any other
Your Honor,
defense?
yes, ma'am. This is Tim Roundtree.
What you got, Tim?
Judge, I've got Ricardo Fabre Martinez. It's for a plea today. He lives out of state. We are still waiting on a Padilla letter. His immigration counsel went to the hospital and has been hospitalized, and he's been unable to get the Padilla letter. I've referred into a lawyer here, but that was only last week, or actually this week that I gave it. So we just need another reset to get the Padilla letter and reset for a plea.
Okay, I'm sorry, Tim. What was your client's name again?
Yes, ma'am. Ricardo
That's
Fabre.
number 7.
Yes.
Number 6. Okay, great. He's here. What we got, Jessica?
Well, he said 7 resets, so he's going into the call docket.
All right, Tim, we'll reset it to the call docket, but if you guys get this all worked out, even the better, okay?
That's going to be January
ma'am.
16th.
What is that date?
Yes, January 16th.
Okay, all right. So Ricardo Martinez.
Yes,
Okay, turn your camera on, sir. Mr. Ricardo Martinez, your court date has been reset to January 16th, so you are free to log off. Please write that down, sir. January 16th at 9 o'clock a.m., okay?
Thank you so much, Judge.
Thank you. All right. Tim, do you have any other matters?
Judge, this is Randall Griner.
I
don't. That's okay.
Hold on one moment, Counselor. Tim, did you
Judge, I've got an off docket. I have an off docket matter. I'm going to come see you in person, Judge.
Okay,
Thank you.
very good. Thank you, Tim. Thank you for coming on, taking care. Okay, Counselor, Mr. Counselor that was just speaking.
Yes,
Griner?
Judge, this is Randall Griner. I've got Huartuche Cifuentes.
Sir, Counselor, could you turn your camera on? You're in court, sir.
Judge, I can, but I'm going to need to go to a different computer to do this. I wasn't aware, but I can. I will check back in about 15 minutes.
Okay, who's your client on the docket today?
Cifuentes, it's a conditional dismissal. He just needed to do a class.
No, your client didn't show up, Mr. Cifuentes. Joe Cifuentes, are you on the Zoom now? Joe Cifuentes.
I tried to reach out and I wasn't unable to get him contact yesterday as well.
So counselor, if you do not get your client in by 4 o'clock, at the end of the day, a warrant will be issued. So try to get him in because we stop this Zoom docket around noon, and then he'll have to come in person if he doesn't get on the Zoom docket by noon. And if he doesn't get here by 4, I do issue warrants. Okay.
Thank you, Judge. May I have an excuse to get him?
Your excuse. I'll notate the file that you were present. Okay, thank you, counselor. Are there any other attorneys present that have already conferred?
Judge Juan Aguilera.
Okay, what you guys?
And
what you got?
We have Daniel Dentz, and I've turned in all my paperwork. I'm not sure whether it's been forwarded to Mr. Dentz at the jail. I've done the discovery acknowledgement. I did all the paperwork that I needed to do on my part. This morning, Ms. Ochoa had sent it to me. So as soon as we can get Mr. Dentz to sign the documents, we're ready for a plea.
All right. Do you have that paperwork, Jessica? Do you have back from Daniel Dentz?
Yes, everything's back, Judge.
Okay. All right. Okay. So if we're ready to proceed on that, I have to step off for a moment to go into the breakout room with the mental health court to call the recall docket. So if there are any other, I'm going to call your plea counselor. If there are any other pleas ready, I really highly encourage you to get that paperwork in order so you can get in line, because I'll be gone about 45 minutes and then I'll come back and take up any pleas after that, after I've done calling the recall docket. Okay. All right. So let's get Daniel. Jessica, I don't have Daniel Dentz on my docket. I don't know if his file is out here.
Yes, Judge, he's number 24.
Number 24.
He's in jail.
Jail. Okay. All right. Let's see. So that would be at the back of the docket.
Judge, he had done a plea on Wednesday in the 379th, and Ms. Ochoa was kind enough to bring him over today so he could get out of jail.
Okay, okay. All right. Let's see.
Appreciate that.
So, Jessica, do you think the girls pulled the file? Because I am not finding it.
It should be there, Judge. Let me just double verify on this side.
Okay. All right, let me start from the back one more time. All right, got it. Okay. We have one of the ADAs out?
Mia is the ADA. She's
What? Which one is this? The Daniel? Is this Daniel Dentz?
Yes, this is Daniel Dentz.
Okay.
He's an inmate.
Jessica, can you please let me know how many days he has?
She stepped away to look for the file. There she is.
Oh, okay.
I got it, Jessica. I got the file.
I just need to know how many days he has, Judge.
Okay, who are we looking for?
Daniel Dentz. We're trying to.
You have the file, right?
Yes, I have the file.
Okay.
How many days in does he have, Jessica?
Let me see. $113.
113. Okay.
All right. Thank you, Jessica.
530. All right. So at this time, the court will call the case of Daniel Dentz, cause number 712-535. Will each side state their name and who they represent for the record, please?
Mia Carranza for the state.
Juan Aguilera for Mr. Dentz.
Good morning, Mr. Dentz. How are you doing, sir?
I'm good.
Are you the same Daniel Dentz that's been charged with a theft?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you had an opportunity to discuss this case with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
And counselor, are you satisfied your client is competent enough to move forward in the plea today?
I am, Your Honor.
Mr. Dentz, did you get an opportunity to go over a document entitled Defendant's Waiver of Constitutional Rights and Court's Admonishments?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you go over that document with your lawyer?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you sign that document?
Yes, ma'am.
Counselor, are you satisfied your client understands his waiver of constitutional rights?
He does, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Dance, are you entering into your plea voluntarily this morning?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state, is there a plea bargain?
Yes, Your Honor. $0 fine, court costs, 113 days in the Bexar County Jail, credit for time served, time and money to run concurrent, and we ask for this judgment to be satisfied.
Okay. Is that my Wi-Fi? Either my Wi-Fi is coming in or out. Mia, could you repeat that last part?
Do you want me to just start over from the beginning?
No, just say how many
113 days in the Bexar County Jail, credit for time served, time and money to run concurrent, and we ask for this judgment to be satisfied.
Very good. Is this everyone's understanding of the plea bargain agreement?
It is, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Dance, how do you plead to this charge?
Guilty.
Guilty? Fine enough. The court accepts your plea of guilty, find this been voluntarily and intelligently entered into, and I'll set punishment as follows. We're going to move forward with a $0 fine. Court calls 113 days in the Bexar County Jail, credit for time served, money and time to run concurrent, and the judgment is satisfied. Is there anything else from either side?
Nothing from the state, Your Honor.
Nothing from the defense, Your Honor.
If there's nothing else from either side, sir, I have followed your plea bargaining agreement. You do not have my permission to appeal this. Mr. Dance, if you do not have anything else there holding you in jail, you should be let out later today, okay?
Thank you.
All right. All right. Thank you, Counselor, for coming up.
May I be excused, Your Honor? Thank you. Appreciate
Everyone is
it.
good luck to you, Mr. Dance. Do we have any other pleas
Good luck,
ready?
Daniel.
Thank you.
Any other pleas ready to go? All right, then. Jessica, I'm going to step aside and join the did you make any of the mental health team? Are they on?
I can't find nobody, Judge.
Let me see if they're on another Zoom. Okay.
Okay.
Two were released. Mendoza, the purple, and Jackson, the sugar.
Okay. Ms. Danielle?
Oh, I just saw your message. Sorry. That's all I had. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank
you. Have a good weekend.
You too. Mr. Goins?
Yes, ma'am. Can I go to a breakout room with my client? He's under Anderson 14A.
14A. Back. Okay, we'll send him right over. Mr. Gary?
Yes, ma'am. Hey, I have George Michaels. He has a bunch of felonies pending, so I don't think we can really do anything with this misdemeanor right now.
What's the, okay, hold on. Michael. Yeah. Okay, so it's gonna be reset for January 16th, and that's going into the call docket.
All right, thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Mr. Mike, George, Mike?
Because I have a PR bond.
Okay, so your case is being
Yeah.
reset for January
Yeah,
16th. That's gonna be the call docket, okay?
January what again?
16th.
Okay, I'll write that down. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Your excuse.
All right.
Miss Jessica, good morning. Frankie Sandoval back on Angelina Gadica.
Okay.
I don't know if you received my message. I've contacted Miss Mia over at the DA's office. Miss Gadica decided to accept the offer, and if we can't enter the plea today.
You can?
Yes.
Okay. Can you send me the email?
I just did. I'll resend it again. Let's see.
You send it through my email or a chat?
Email.
Okay, let me check. Yes, I got it.
Oh, okay. And she's in the courtroom. Well, she's in the building. May I ask? May I execute the documents and then have them printed for her to sign there instead of her having to try to do it on her phone electronically? And then she can appear in person before the judge and I over Zoom.
Okay, so I'll send the paperwork. You sign your part. I'll print them out, and then I'll have her sign her part.
Exactly. We've gone over the terms and the conditions.
Okay,
Thank you so much.
1 second.
Miss Jessica Frankie Sandoval again.
Yes, sir.
I am always your problem child. I apologize. I had believed that Miss Gatica was at the courthouse. She's actually at work, so we'll be doing it electronically on both ends.
Okay, can you send me her email? I don't have her email.
Yes, I will email that to you right now.
Okay, thank you, sir.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Jessica, I'll be right back.
Okay, thank you.
Jessica, it's Michael Goins. I just sent you a chat on Mr. Anderson. For the two cases they're going to do probation on, they're going to TIC one of them. And I need the paperwork on the two they're going to do probation on.
Okay, can you send me the let me see. Is he in custody?
He is in custody.
Okay, I'll send the paperwork right away.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you.
I'm back, Jessica.
Thank you.
Miss Jessica.
Yes, sir. Hello.
I just need to talk to ADA if you can spare one.
Okay, 1 second. Mr. Sandoval?
Good morning.
Okay, I need you to send me the email, your client's email.
I believe I did I not?
No, sir.
Let me check my email, sorry. I'll resend it.
Great, thank you, sir.
Let's see. Maybe I want to make sure I have your Jessica. Let's see. j.ochoa@bear.org.
Yes.
Okay, it says it went at 9:51. It's on the subject line of the email.
Okay, let me look for that.
Okay, sorry. I know I thought I would just put it on the subject that we wouldn't have to open it.
And which case are we TICing? Or both?
The 448.
Go ahead.
I believe she's pleading on the 445, and the TIC is the 448.
Okay, thank you.
I think that's what I did the paperwork for. Let me just make sure. Yes, we did the paperwork for the 445.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Sandoval, paperwork has been sent. Okay, Mr. Arnett?
Yes, I need a couple of resets, but first, for Shaylin Chase, can you let me know if her felony is still pending
Okay.
and if she's still considered in jail on that case?
Yeah, she still has a felony pending.
Okay. That will probably just need to be reset. Then we have an offer on the misdemeanor, but it just doesn't make sense for her to plea on the misdemeanor if she's going to be stuck in on the felony anyways. But I can talk to her in a separate breakout room as well. Be same with Ricardo Hernandez. That one will most likely be reset, but I'm going to talk to him this afternoon to see, or not this afternoon, in a breakout room to see if he might be ready to go. And then Janelle Ramirez, we talked yesterday. We have an offer on her case. I'll have to talk to her about it, but that's going to be a reset. I think that one might have to go to the call docket, but I think I think one of those settings is counting the setting from yesterday, so I think she is good to have one more pretrial conference setting.
Number on that one?
That is number 15.
15. Yeah, she's only had 2 settings.
Okay. Yeah, so if we could just get one last pretrial conference setting for her, we have an offer to go over and discuss.
You want to talk to your client first, or?
No, I talked to her yesterday and then also a little bit before the court date, and she's also still not feeling super great. So we're trying to.
But she's
we're
logged
gonna
in.
go with- Huh?
She's logged in, right? Because she checked in.
I would assume so. I didn't see her leave. Yeah, I see her name. She's still here.
Yeah, so the case is being reset for January 11th from Ms. Janelle Ramirez. Ms. Ramirez?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so your case has been reset for January 11th, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Am I able to log off now?
You don't need to talk to her, Ryan?
No, you're free to go.
You're excused.
Thank you.
Mhm.
So then if I could get a breakout room with Ms.
Chase?
Chase,
Okay.
and then was Ricardo Hernandez brought over? I didn't see his name on the list earlier. Oh, yep. You know what? I actually see him on the list right there. So I'll talk to him right after.
Okay, so let me put you in a breakout room.
Thank you.
Mhm. Mr. Sandoval, you have another question?
Only that I received 2 sets of Adobe signs, so I
Yeah,
both.
disregard the first one, because remember, it was just going to be sent to you.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. And I'm good at disregarding. You can ask my wife. There's a lot of disregard. Most of the time, it's our anniversary. So.
Oh my. Mr. Alexander?
Are we doing any conferring with the DAs or, you know?
You want me to put you in a breakout room?
Sure. Thank you.
Jessica, it's Michael Goins. You should have both sets of paperwork ready in your box for Tareen Anderson.
Yes, sir, I do.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Yep. Morning, Mr. Horta.
Good morning. I'm here on Jose Coronado.
Uh-huh.
Yes, let me confer with the state,
Okay.
please.
1 second. Okay, the person that's logged in with the phone number, can I get your name, please? It says 210. Can I get your name?
Doesn't look like they're connected to audio.
Okay.
Yeah. George Castillo.
Okay, just give me 1 second, sir. Okay, Mr. Carl?
Hi, we just wanted to set this for trial, so just as fast as possible.
What is your client's name?
Jesse Trevino,
Trevino.
and I don't need to confer. We've already conferred before, so he knows what's going on.
I'm getting a haircut at 1:45 minutes. No, not for the year. I'll be around till. So you pick a time. I think we're.
See, it has to be.
Okay, Mr. Carl? So your case has been reset for January 16. That's going to be the call docket.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
You too. Did you hear that, Mr. Jesse Trevino?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Arnett?
Yes, I'm trying to get in touch with Sarah May. She's last we were talking in our office, she was actually going to be handling Mr. Hernandez's case. But I believe everyone else is taken care of. I'm going to she actually just texted me, so she should be on the Zoom in just a bit to handle his case.
And that's for Mr. Hernandez, you said?
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, no problem.
Jessica, the judge said something about the note files for Mansell Welch.
Okay, Mr. Horta?
Yes, the state doesn't have the results from the DWI test. On none of the cases.
Jose Coronado?
Yes,
Okay. Okay, so I'm resetting the case to January 6th, hold on, January 16, that's gonna be the call docket. Just give me 1 second, sir. Okay, sorry about that, Mr. Horta. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and reset your case to January 16. That's gonna be the call docket.
okay. No problem.
Okay, Mr. Jose Coronado?
Yes.
Okay, so your case has been reset to January 16. That's gonna be in person at 9 in the morning, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, may we be
Yes, sir.
excused?
Thank you. Mr. Charles?
Yes.
And Mr. George Castillo?
Okay.
Do you know if it's Ryan or because it's a probation, right?
Yes.
Are we waiting for one of the attorneys?
Jessica. You know what? I think this is that weird case that they were talking about. The one that was supposed to be transferred, but they won't transfer it.
No, you're halfway transferred.
I'm halfway transferred here.
Yeah, you're halfway transferred. Okay, but it's not an MTR. It's not an MTR.
Okay.
What's MTR?
Motion to revoke.
Well, your probation officer says she was going to. I don't know what's going on.
Well, they were supposed to file it. Let me go into a breakout room with you, George.
All right.
Thank you, Mr. Charles.
And Miss Jessica, good morning. Frankie Sandoval once again.
Yes,
I
sir.
believe on Miss Gatica, all the paperwork has been submitted. And Miss Gatica is logged back on, so we are both ready at the court's pleasure.
Okay, thank you. I'll put a note on that. We're just waiting on Judge, okay?
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, for Northcutt Jody. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So your case has been reset for February 6th. That's gonna go into the call docket, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Jessica, is the judge still in the meeting?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Hey, just Hector Garza.
Yes, sir.
Hey, did my guy show up? George Moncada?
No, he did not.
Okay. Uh, do you need me to stick around? Do you want me to stick around? No, he also has a felony pending.
I mean, it's up to you. I mean, if he doesn't, I mean, before 4 o'clock, he's getting an FTA.
Right. No, understood. It's not like he's responding to us either, so I was
Okay.
kind of hoping he was gonna show up here. Okay, well, if y'all hear from him, I'm in the courthouse and I'll be here for a while, so.
Okay. Thank you,
I
sir.
can call the office and I'll pop back in.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right, thanks.
Mhm.
Bye.
Jessica, did you get my chat?
Let
This
me
is Fernando.
check. He did not check in.
He's right here next to me.
Okay. Let me mark him because I don't have him as checked in.
He checked into the courtroom.
Oh,
This-
okay.
Yeah. So for me to get him interviewed for for DWI court, what do you need me to do?
Did you do a referral already or no?
No, we don't have one yet.
Well, if you want to come to the back and I'll go ahead and get the paperwork for you.
Okay, I'll be right there. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, just, oh, never mind. No, go ahead. Oh,
Yeah, take me a little bit. So I'm here.
okay, no, sorry, I didn't realize I actually have another one in here. Teresa Elizabeth Eakle, E-A-K-L-E. She's call number 601-221.
Let me check. You did not check in?
Okay.
You'll
Yeah.
hear from them soon.
Yeah, okay, thanks a bunch.
Thank you.
Bye.
Jessica?
Yes, ma'am. Are you
May-
here for Ricardo Hernandez?
Yes. May I be placed in a room with the DA?
Yes, ma'am.
Thanks.
Uh-huh.
Also, Jessica,
Yes.
I had a question. So prior, when Booker was there, I didn't have to submit a Padilla letter or a letter. But is that changed as, go ahead.
Yeah, they need a Padilla letter. If he's a non-US citizen, yes.
Okay, but usually I write a letter, but I keep it in my file. But I didn't know if things changed.
Yes, judge requires a Padilla letter to be on file in order to proceed with a plea or.
Okay. Okay, may I speak to the DA?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I'm back. Judge will be back shortly.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Good morning, Miss Carter.
Hi, good morning, Jessica. Happy Friday. How are you?
I'm doing good, thank you.
Good. I just got a call from my client that's at pretrial services and is about to be taken into custody. So I wanted to see if I could speak to Judge if she has a moment. Can I give you the cause number?
I'm ready.
718313.
For Mr. Rodriguez.
Yes, I know technically it's off docket and she doesn't take things up until 11:30, but I'm sitting in the parking lot at my daughter's school about to go into the school program, her Christmas program. So I'd really like to see if she'd make an exception for me.
He's in a meeting at the moment with mental health. So
Okay.
when she jumps back, she has 3 pleas online. So do you want to jump back later on or?
Sure. Do you know what time docket might conclude?
No, I have no idea.
Okay. Yeah, I'll try to log back on here shortly. Thank you.
Thank you.
I mean, because you did have a positive, okay,
Jessica?
Yes, ma'am.
Would you send the plea paperwork and then could we ask for an interpreter?
Yes.
Okay.
And that's Mr. Hernandez, Ricardo, right?
Yes.
Okay, 1 second.
I think we're gonna fill out the paperwork today. I don't know if we'll do it by 11:30. If not, can we be reset to Monday?
Well, let me know if you're gonna want it today. That way I can request the interpreter.
Yeah, I mean, because the interpreter can help us fill out the paperwork.
Okay. Well, I mean, I sent the paperwork to the jail and they fill it out over there.
Right, but usually when an interpreter is able to assist if the court calls.
I don't know how we can do that. So I just send it regular, correct?
Yeah.
To the jail. I'll send it to you, then the jail, and
Right, and then interpret if you call an interpreter so that she can help, because I have to explain the paperwork to the client.
okay. So let me get an interpreter online.
Okay. May I be placed in the breakout with my client?
Yes, ma'am. And I'll send the interpreter as soon as we get her on, okay?
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, Mr. Perez,
Yes.
what do we have?
So on Mr. Olvera, he still has a pending felony that has not been indicted. This is a second actual setting. Request to reset. The felony had 180 days in order to indict. That 180-day deadline just passed on the 4th. We're going to be filing a motion to dismiss for lack of an indictment, and hopefully my goal here is to get them to drop the felony for a plea on the misdemeanor, and then we can wrap everything up nicely.
Okay. So for now, I'm gonna put them on the January 16 call docket. Hopefully by then everything gets taken care of.
Would think so. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Mr. Orlando Olvera?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so your case has been reserved to January 16. That's gonna be the call docket in person at 9 in the morning, okay?
Okay, sounds good. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Jessica, can my client and I get a breakout room?
Yes, sir. 1 second.
Thank you.
Charles. 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 Charles Kimbrough? Charles, so we have George Castillo on the Zoom, Charles. He was in the mental health court, but he and his family moved to Indiana. And so we took him out of the mental health court, but he's still he's on regular probation now, still in County Court 12. He's the one that just got that device off. He took the device off without checking with anyone. He did not have a court order to get that ignition interlock. Charles, you remember this one? The one that the probation was not letting him move because they said the federal, that gun and all that,
Yes, ma'am. ICOTS has accepted him. He is actually officially transferred to Missouri on the gun case, but not the DWI.
Okay, so now the issue is, Charles, is that what Kelly is here in the courtroom, his public defender, is that they let him just take the device off without, and so is a compliance hearing today?
Yes, ma'am. That's what the system says. But Judge, he did complete his time, and the officer in San Antonio kept telling him to follow the instructions of his officer in Missouri.
Okay.
So his officer in Missouri told him to go ahead and turn the device in because they have a different procedure there than we do here.
Okay.
So his officer told him to turn the device in after 7 months.
Okay. So our officers on this end are okay with that device being off then?
No, they are not. But to tell you the truth, Judge, I'm okay with it because they're telling him he's getting 2 different sets of instructions from 2 different officers. And he's only supposed to be following the officer's instructions in ICOTS. And the ICOTS officer is supposed to be communicating with our officer, but they're not, they haven't.
Okay, okay. George,
so I would like to
your camera on. Go ahead, Charles.
I would like to submit to you today a removal order for the device so that he can keep the device off his vehicle and he just follows the instructions of his ICOTS officer.
Okay, very good. Then do that, Charles. That's good. Okay, George, are you hearing what we're discussing about your case?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, very good. So my probation officer, Mr. Kimbrough, is saying that he's going to submit an order today that device is to be removed. It's okay. I think that on that end over there, they were upset because you took it off and you really didn't have an order of the court, but you had done your time, right? Enough time had elapsed.
Yes, ma'am.
What my probation officer is saying that you're getting 2 different sets of instructions from too many people. Is this correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right. So then, Charles, other than the device, is George doing okay? Are you getting any other reports on him?
Yes, ma'am. He's doing fine up there, reporting to the officer up there. They haven't. I've seen no issues with his performance.
Okay, very good, George. Good to hear. Good to hear.
Thank you, ma'am.
So, George, Kelly, Kelly's like Kelly wave. You see Kelly waving to you in the courtroom video. Kelly's here in the courtroom. She's here advocating for you.
Yes.
So that's what we're going to do. We're going to. My probation officer is going to submit a report. An order, and I'll have that device officially removed. Okay, officially removed.
I appreciate that, man.
To put it back. They wanted him to put it back on, Charles. Like, oh boy. Okay, I think that's what Kelly wanted to requested his compliance here. All right, so that's good. So keep up the good work, George. Okay, keep up the good work. And no time at all, you'll be completely done with probation. Okay.
So who am I supposed to listen to on?
I don't know, Charles. Well, okay. So the case is from Bexar County, but you're in Indiana. What's the city?
Missouri.
Missouri. And then Charles, what is that other office that's given? That's the federal, right?
No, that's the ICOTS officer in Missouri.
Okay.
Is who he's reporting to. That's who he's instructed to listen to, even though he has the DWI here. He still needs to, finish up his paperwork. He can send any completed documents to his officer here, but that's the problem with the case not being transferable.
I know.
DWI.
Okay. Mr. Kimbrough, George is saying, listen to them, but you can always reach out to Kelly like you did this time, and then Kelly can try to handle things on this end. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Just make sure you stay in contact with Kelly, I guess, or my probation officer. Okay. All right, then, George. You're free. Kelly, did you want to talk to him? He's free to go. You're free to log out. George, by the end of the day, I will have that document signed, okay? And then you can see, and our probation officer can send it over to them saying that the judge in San Antonio is okay for that device to be off, even though you're in Indiana, all right?
Okay, ma'am. And tell Kelly thank you as well.
Okay, she hears you.
No problem. I'll take care.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay. Thank you, George. Okay, all right. Okay, guys, thanks, Kelly. Okay, all right, so guys, we're ready to go into the, get into the pleas. I'm gonna do these 3 pleas. I cannot take any more pleas, guys, because I really gotta get to the jury room in a few moments. All right, so we're gonna start with Tyreen Anderson first. That's 1, 2, 3 cases. All right, everybody ready? We got the attorneys ready?
Ready, Your Honor.
Okay, here we go.
It's ready.
Okay, at this time, go ahead.
I had a first question because if we're not going to take a plea, can we excuse the are we in that plea? If we're not, then could we excuse the interpreter?
For which case, which plea?
Ricardo Hernandez. We just finished the plea.
No. Ricardo's on my desk, so I'm doing Ricardo.
Okay.
I just said I have 3 pleas to do, and that no other ones could come because I stopped taking the pleas at 11. But you're on the desk. You're
okay. Thank you, Judge.
The court will now call the case of Tyreen Anderson, cause number 713, 719, 717, 716, and 717, 717. Will each side state their name and who they represent for the record, please?
Mia Carranza for the state.
Michael Dwight Goins for Mr. Anderson, Your Honor.
Okay. Good morning, Mr. Anderson. How are you doing, sir?
I'm good, ma'am. How are you?
I'm doing very well. Are you the same Tyreen Anderson who's been charged with a criminal trespass, resisted arrest, and another criminal trespass? Is that you, sir?
Yes, ma'am. That's me.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you had an opportunity to discuss these 3 cases with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Counselor, are you satisfied your client is competent enough to move forward in a plea today?
I am, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Anderson, have you gotten an opportunity to go over a document entitled Defendant's Waiver of Constitutional Rights and Court's Admonishments?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Did you go over that document with your lawyer?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Did you sign that document?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Counselor, are you satisfied your client understands his waiver of constitutional rights?
I am, Your Honor.
Mr. Anderson, are you entering into your plea voluntarily this morning?
Yes.
Okay, status their plea bargain.
Yes, Your Honor. On cause number 713719, $400 fine, court costs, 180 days in the Bexar County Jail, suspended and probated for a period of 6 months, 50 community service hours, an anger management course, a no contact order with Siegel Select Hotel. Siegel is spelled S-I-E-G-E-L.
Siegel
Select Hotel.
Select Hotels, okay.
Which is located at 9350 I-10 West.
Okay.
And this is to run concurrent with cause number 717716.
Okay.
Which is a $400 fine, court costs, 180 days in the Bexar County Jail, suspended and probated for a period of 6 months, 50 community service hours, an anger management course, and the state would like to take into consideration cause number 717717.
717717. Okay. All right. Is this everyone's understanding of the plea bargain agreement?
It is, Your Honor.
All right. So Mr. Anderson, and cause number 713-719, how do you plead to that charge?
No contest.
No contest, very well. The court accepts your plea of no contest, find this been voluntarily and intelligently entered into, and I'll set punishment as follows. We're going to move forward with a $400 fine, court costs, 180 days in the Bexar County Jail, probated for 6 months, anger management course, 50 hours of community service, no contact with Siegel Select Hotels, located on 9350 I-10 West, San Antonio, Texas. I set supervisory fee at $40. Moving on to 717716. Sir, how do you plead to that charge?
No contest as well.
No contest, very well. The court accepts your plea of no contest. Fine has been voluntarily and intelligently entered into. I'll set punishment as follows. We're going to move forward with a $400 fine, court costs, 180 days in the Bexar County Jail, probated for 6 months, anger management course, 50 hours of community service. We're going to TIC, cause number 717717. And I'll set supervisory fee, also $40. These cases are to run concurrent, time and money. Is there anything else from the other side?
Nothing from the state, just that I'm submitting the motion to dismiss on 717717 right now via Adobe Sign.
Very well. All right.
Nothing further from the defense, Your Honor.
If there's nothing further from either side, sir, I have followed your plea bargains. You do not have my permission to appeal this. Mr. Anderson, if you do not have anything else, they're holding you in jail. You should be let out later today on these cases, okay?
All right, thank you, ma'am.
Very well. Everyone is excused. Good luck to you, Mr. Anderson. Everyone is excused.
Thank you, Your
Wait,
Honor.
Mr. Anderson,
Thank-
I need to talk to you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I put you in the breakout room with Mr. Kimbrough.
Okay.
He'll put the host. Okay, so we're gonna take up this good Lord, the Ricardo Hernandez case with the interpreter. Guys, how do we want to do this? Because we had a really hard time last time trying to get on the interpretation. Who's the client? Sarah.
Ricardo Hernandez.
Where's Ricardo Hernandez?
He is in the
In
brown
jail?
L15, yes.
Yeah, I see him.
There,
So we can try. Let me see. Jessica, are you there? Jessica. Jessica.
Yes, Judge.
Okay, so on Ricardo Hernandez, there's an interpreter. He's in jail. We're trying to get him that interpreter. Maybe this will be easier because they can call someone over to explain to him what to do. Like, is that interpretation act? Everyone knows what to do. Let's see. Jessica, I think you have to send it out to us.
Yes.
We don't. Okay. Yes, go ahead, Mr. C.
Yes, Your Honor, good morning. Do you want me to tell the Mr. Hernandez to call one of the guards so he can put the function on? Okay.
Yeah.
Señor Hernández, ¿me escucha? ¿Le puede hablar al guardia, por favor? Vamos a poner una función. Dígale que van a poner la función de español al guardia. Sí.
So did you send that app over, Jessica? I'm looking. I don't see it, how it usually looks. Let's see. It looks like a little world.
Yeah, I send it to the interpreter.
No, you gotta send it to everyone.
Spanish. How you doing, ma'am? It should be in Spanish now.
Yeah, and then I click English, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Sí, lo escucho.
I thought we clicked English and then mute. Okay, let's see. All right. I can hear you. Sarah, you okay. Irene, are you on? Okay, there we go. All right, so good to go. At this time, the court will call the case of Ricardo Hernandez, cause number 715788. Would each side state their name and who they represent for the record, please?
Mia Carranza for the state.
Sarah May for Ricardo Hernandez.
Good morning, Mr. Hernandez. How are you doing, sir?
Muy bien, gracias.
Are you the same Ricardo Hernandez who's been charged with a DWI?
Sí.
Okay. Are you a U.S. citizen, sir?
No.
Okay. Please raise your hand. Let me swear you in. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Sí, lo juro.
Okay, you can lower your hand. Mr. Hernandez, you are about to enter into a transaction in the American judicial system that could have possible consequences on your status here in America. I want to make sure that you know what those consequences are before we move forward in this plea. So I'm going to ask you a series of questions, okay?
Sí, está bien.
Okay. All right. Mr. Hernandez, have you gotten an opportunity to speak with an immigration attorney?
Sí, hablé con la abogada Sara May.
Okay, very good, very good. Now, in speaking to Sarah May, what is your understanding about what the consequences would be if you move forward with this plea today?
Entiendo que en un futuro me puede afectar para alguna visa de trabajo o alguna visa de turista.
Very good, very good. So in understanding that, you still wish to move forward today?
Sí.
Very well. Then it is the order of the court that we will move forward. Sarah May, did you want to put anything on the record in regard to this?
Yes, Judge. Client was advised of his immigration consequences. We have a PDA on file and sent Judge a letter to put in her file.
Sorry, my tablet is about to shut off. All right, need to recharge. Okay, then. All right, then you're okay with moving forward. That's the order of the court.
Yes.
Okay, very well. Then it's the order of court that will move forward in this plea. All right, Mr. Hernandez, have you got an opportunity to speak with your lawyer about this DWI case?
Sí, tuve la oportunidad.
Okay, and counsel, you're satisfied your client is competent enough to move forward in the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Hernandez, did you get an opportunity to go over a document entitled Defendant's Waiver of Constitutional Rights and Court's Admonishments?
Sí, sí tuve la oportunidad.
Did you go over that? Did you go over that document with your lawyer?
Sí.
Did you understand it?
Sí, entendí.
Did you sign that document?
Sí, yo firmé.
All right, counselor, are you satisfied your client understands his waiver of constitutional rights?
Yes, he does.
All right, all right. Mr. Hernandez, are you entered into your plea voluntarily this morning?
Sí, correcto.
All right, okay, all right, very well. State, what is the plea bargain?
Yes, state moves to waive and abandon count 1 and proceed solely on count 2, obstruction of a highway.
Any objections?
No objections, Your Honor.
Insert.
$500 fine, court costs, 12 months deferred adjudication, 48 hours community service, a DWI education course, victim impact panel, TAP evaluation, and ignition interlock for half the term.
Is this everyone's understanding of the plea bargain agreement?
No, it isn't. I thought it was a time served because that he does have an ICE hold. I don't think he'll be able to do deferred adjudication.
How much time in does he have?
I believe it was like about 70 days. And also, Judge, I would like the court to consider that it's not a DWI charge, and that's why they were offering obstruction. Until we would like time served.
No, he's not going to get time served. If you can do it, we'll do time served, but it will not be a judgment satisfied. He's going to have to, he'll get the 70 days credit, but I'll order 180 days in the Bexar County Jail. That's what you guys want.
It's 56 days, Judge.
But I mean, we would ask for 179 days just because 180 would affect him immigration. But if, yeah, that's what we're asking.
All right, I can do 179 days.
Okay.
This is you and me. Are you guys agreeing to that? I'm gonna step out of the negotiations. Just tell you what I would and wouldn't do.
Yeah, 179 days is fine.
That's fine, Judge. When we conferred in Zoom, I conveyed the obstruction offer, but that's fine if she wants to do 179 days.
Okay, so let's get the offer then. Let's redo the offer and let's put that on the record.
Okay.
The plea. Go ahead.
Okay. $0 fine, court costs, 179 days in the Bexar County Jail, credit for time served, time and money to run concurrent, and we ask for the judgment to be satisfied when he gets his 179 days.
Okay, so I'll just say the judgment is not satisfied and the jail will calculate the time. And he has 70 days in, he's pretty close. So, all right, is this everyone's understanding of the pre-bargain?
Yes, Your Honor.
Everyone's understanding? All right, very well. Mr. Hernandez, how do you plead to this charge?
No me opongo.
No contest, very well. The court accepts your plea of no contest, bond has been voluntarily and intelligently entered into, and I'll set punishment as follows. We're going to move forward with a $0 fine, court costs, 179 days in the Bexar County Jail, credit for time served, money and time to run concurrent, but the judgment is not satisfied. Is there anything else from either side?
No, Your Honor.
State.
There's nothing else from either side, sir. I have followed your plea bargaining agreement. You do not have my permission to appeal this. Charles, he doesn't need to go into a breakout room with you, correct?
No, ma'am, he's good to go.
Very good. All right, everyone. Good luck to you, Mr. Hernandez. Okay.
May I be placed in a breakout room with him?
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
You can put it. Okay. We have one more plea, and that's Angelina Gatica. Everybody ready? Caesar.
Hello. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Okay.
That's what I was going to ask Caesar. Did you need to? Yeah. You're fine. All right, so we're going to move forward with Angelina Gatica. Everybody ready? Lawyers ready?
Yes, Your Honor.
I get any response? Who's
ready. Sorry, I couldn't find my mouse, but State's ready.
Judge.
Who is the? Yes.
Frankie's ready.
Yes, Judge.
I need to.
What was that, Irene?
For the record, she needs to be on.
I can't hear you.
She needs to be on the record.
Yes, Angelina, could you turn your camera on, please?
Yes, ma'am. Can you see me or no? No. I'm sorry, it's because I'm using my work.
Frankie Sandoval, are you there?
How are you this morning?
We can't hear you.
Oh, I'm sorry, Judge. Let me move closer.
Well, she's at work in a warehouse.
Hear you. Is it me? Can you guys hear Frankie?
Yes,
Yeah, I
Judge.
can barely hear him.
I can hear Frankie.
I can't hear Frankie.
Right.
Okay.
I'm sorry about that.
Okay, good. I hear you now, Frankie. And your client, she needs to turn her camera on, Frankie. She's in court.
Yeah, stepping out of the into a.
So I see her. Miss Angelina Gatica, you need to turn your camera on, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Let me get my phone instead. That would be a lot better. That way I can turn the camera on for you guys, okay?
Okay.
1 second. Yes, ma'am. Okay.
Miss Frankie, the issue is on our side is that we have to be at a conference, me and both the ADAs in 15 minutes in the jury room. There's a conference for ADAs. I'm speaking at it. So if your client can't manage to get on, is that?
There she is. There she is.
Thank you. Okay, very good. Okay, here we go. All right, we're really in a time crunch. All right, here we go. So at this time, the court will call the case of Angelina Gatica, cause number 717-445 and 717-448. Would each side state their name and who they represent for the record, please?
Mia Carlton for the state.
Your Honor, good morning. Frankie Sandoval on behalf of Ms. Gatica.
Okay, good morning, Ms. Gatica. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, ma'am. How are you?
Doing well. Are you the same Angelina Gatica who's been charged with an assault, bodily injury, and a harassment? Is that you, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am, that's me.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Ms. Gatica, you have to sit down and get stable, ma'am. You're in court and you're being live streamed on YouTube. You need to sit in a stable place. And could you, ma'am,
Okay, I'm sorry
are you able to do this? Because it looks to me like you're at work.
Yes, ma'am. I'm able to do it. I'm sorry.
Okay, you have to be stable, okay? All right. So are you a U.S. citizen, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you gotten the chance to talk about this case to your attorney, with your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
And counsel, are you satisfied your client is competent to move forward in the plea today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Ms. Gatica, did you get an opportunity to go over a document entitled Defendant's Waiver of Constitutional Rights and Courts Admonishments?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you go over that document with your lawyer?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you sign that document?
Yes, ma'am.
Counselor, are you satisfied your client understands her waiver of constitutional rights?
I am, Judge.
Okay. Ms. Gatica, are you entering into your plea voluntarily this morning?
Yes.
Okay. State, is there a plea bargain?
Yes, Your
Yes,
Honor. Yes, Your Honor. The state will ask for a $500 fine to be fully probated, court costs, 12 months deferred adjudication, an anger management course, 60 community service hours, restitution, if any, to the CW, Jocelyn Virial, spelled
What is the CW? What is that?
complaining witness, sorry. Restitution of any to complaining witness, Jocelyn Virial, spelled Jocelyn, Virial, Villareal, as well as a no contact order with Jocelyn Virial. And the state would like to take into consideration cause number 717448.
So that was restitution, if any, to Jocelyn Villarreal and no contact order also.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so why are we probating the entire fine?
The alleged restitution is pretty high, Your Honor.
Yes, that's part of what she's in. She's in a judiciary. I'm not giving her any credit for that. She got herself into this situation. So she gets a fine, a court cost. If she pays restitution, she has to pay restitution. Like I will consider probating 250, but not the entire.
Okay.
Okay.
Frankie, is that all right?
Thank you, Judge. Thank you, Judge.
All right. And so we're going to TRC cause number 717448. Is that the harassment?
Yes, Your Honor. And I've submitted the dismissal via Adobe Sign.
Okay, very well. All right. This is everybody's understanding of the plea bargain agreement. All right.
Yes,
Ms. Gatica, I see that you have taken a plea bargain for deferred adjudication. Let me explain that deferred adjudication is a special type of probation where if you do very well and successfully complete this probation, this case can ultimately be dismissed against you. However, if you violate any terms of this probation, I could call you back to court, I can revoke the probation, and I can sentence you up to the full range of punishment. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
You still wish to move forward?
Yes, ma'am.
How do you plead to this charge?
No contest.
No contest, very well. The court accepts your plea of no contest. Fine has been voluntarily and intelligently entered into, and I'll set punishment as follows. We're going to move forward with a $500 fine, probate and 250 of it, court costs, 12 months of deferred adjudication, anger management course, 68 hours of community service, restitution, if any, to Jocelyn Villarreal, and no contact order also with Jocelyn Villarreal. We're going to TRC, cost number 717448, and I'll set supervisory fee at $40. Is there anything else from either side?
No, that's it, Your Honor. I thank you so much.
Okay. If there's nothing else from either side, ma'am, the court has followed your plea bargain agreement. You do not have my permission to appeal this. I'm going to put you in a breakout room with Mr. Charles Kimbrough. He is the probation officer for County Court 12. He's going to go over a few things of probation with you. Counselor, did you want to go into that room also?
No, Your Honor. I take the opportunity, but I've discussed it with Ms. Gatica.
Okay, very well. There's nothing else from either side. Everyone's excused. Good luck to you, ma'am. Thank you, Counselor, for coming on taking care of this matter. Everyone is excused.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay. All right.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
How can I help you?
Listen, I had filed a motion to modify bond conditions for a Gable Valdez and cause numbers 70595 through 705,989 and 713,864. My client would like to, he wears a GPS monitor and he has not violated, and my client would like to see if he can go to the company dinner tomorrow night from, I believe, about 6:15 to about 10 p.m.
Okay, give me the case number one more time, please.
What do you need me to say it one more time?
Just one case number.
Well, the case number 705-985 is the first one.
Yeah, so for this, we're gonna have to put it on the docket.
Oh, the dinner's tomorrow night. I was hoping the judge would allow me to approach. I don't know if she will.
Yes, unfortunately, she's already out.
There's no way to approach her.
Say that again, sir?
There's no way to approach her today.
You're more than welcome, come in person.
I mean, I understood we were on Zoom. She wasn't in court, so.
Yeah, on Zoom, it's only for the docket, but off docket matters, you can come in person.
Okay, I'm wearing jeans. I'm not appropriate. And there's no way to do this over Zoom.
No, sir.
All right. Well, I'll. Is she gonna be there till 5 today, or?
I wouldn't be able to tell you the time, but I mean, she's here most of the day. Probably say 4:30.
12:30.
Yes, because I believe she has a meeting. Hold on, let me check the time. Let me check the calendar real quick.
That's only 30 minutes. I can't even make it down there.
Jessica, we have a mandatory meeting at noon. Is there any way can we reconcile the docket later?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it okay if Lauren and I take off?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
Yeah, she has a meeting. She has a meeting at noon. Mr. Yes. So I wouldn't be able to tell you. So I mean, I can put it on her desk.
Come back, or
what's that?
is she gonna come? Is she coming back after lunch?
I wouldn't know, sir. Just give me 1 second. Give me 1 second.